This week's Torah portion is Vayerah, literally means, and he appeared. And it begins with the story of God appearing to Abraham. And we have a number of different stories within this Torah portion. Everyone is exciting, but I would like to focus on one story that is often viewed critically, certainly controversially. And that is the story of the expulsion of Ishmael. If you recall, Abraham has two sons. He starts out with the fact that Sarah cannot bear any children or hasn't been successful in bearing children. They're both very old. Sarah herself suggests that Abraham take Hagar, the Egyptian maid, and have a son with her. That succeeds, and Ishmael is born. And of course, there's ongoing tension here because Hagar is the maid. She has this firstborn son for Abraham. Sarah's feeling, kind of out of sorts with all of this. Things go on, but finally, God then promises that Sarah too will have her own son, and she gives birth to Isaac. Now, interestingly, Isaac in Hebrew is Yitzchak. Yitzchak means laugh. And the name comes from the fact that when God first promised this son to Abraham and Sarah, they thought it was a joke. I mean, after all, these people were really old, okay? And they were having children, okay, fine, but God does miracles, and Isaac is born. In our Torah portion, we encounter an unusual situation. Ishmael, the word used is mitzachek. Ishmael is doing something to Isaac, and we don't know what it is. What does that word mean? Now, some people have interpreted it as meaning he's teasing him. Some people say he's playing with him. Well, if he's just playing with Isaac, that sounds like an innocent enough pastime. But in fact, if you see the word mitzachek, you will notice that the same word is used later on when Rebekah and Isaac are kind of fooling around and the king of Philistines notices it. Clearly, this word has a sexual connotation. And therefore, a very common interpretation is that Ishmael is molesting or bothering Isaac in a far more serious way. Anyway, the upshot of this is that Sarah sees this, understands this is a huge problem, and the two have to be separated. And she wants Abraham to send away his firstborn son. This is very painful for Abraham. He does not want to do it, but God interferes. And God says, no, listen to your wife. Remember that, all you men out there, listen to your wife. Seriously, though, God gives full confirmation to Sarah, her instincts, and the fact that Ishmael and Isaac need to be separated. And God gives his stamp of approval with the final words. He says, it is Isaac who will be your heir, Abraham. Now, many people look at this as a very immoral situation. In fact, Abraham loads up Hagar with some water and some bread and sends them out to the desert, but they get lost. God comes and protects them. But actually, God said to Abraham all along, I will protect Ishmael. He too will grow into a great nation. And that is exactly what happens. Isaac fathers the nation of Israel. Ishmael fathers a different nation. He has many princes. He has wealth. He has power, but he is not Israel. He has his own land, but he does not inherit the land of Israel. And that distinction is critical. Today we have descendants of Ishmael that are determined to take the land, our one little teeny piece of land, away from the nation of Israel. We cannot allow that. I would like to end, though, with a bit of optimism. In the story of Ishmael and Isaac, those two brothers remain close. And in fact, when Abraham dies, Ishmael comes back, joins Isaac, and together they bury their father. There is true acceptance by Ishmael of each of their own separate destinies. This is Sandra Osterbarris with a few minutes of Bible from the heart of Biblical Israel.